AK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school soccer, where the Temple Christian Pioneers will take on the Botkins Trojans. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, and NK Telco. My name is Michael Laz. I'm here with Jeremy Plyman. We're ready here as we got a WOSL matchup here with the Temple Christian Pioneers taking on the Botkins Trojans, and we got a tale of two teams here, Jeremy. I'll tell you, Temple Christian kind of young, trying to build their way up, and trying to find their mark here in the WOSL.
Yeah, Temple Christian, BJ McFerrin's team, they're going to be starting 4 freshmen, and they're trying to develop, trying to improve, and just get better as the season progresses here.
And then obviously with Botkins, basically the kings of the WSL here the last couple of years, and really kind of on track to do that again and make a deep run in the tournament, getting ready and keeping things going here under Coach Kevin Lynch. Yeah,
Coach Kevin Lynch, his team's won 3 out of their last 4 matches. They're undefeated in the WOSL. Look like they're trying to make a run to winning the 7th time in the last 8 years. So, he's got some kids who are dealing with a little bit of injuries, got a red card suspension and stuff like that. So they got, the doors open for the Temple Christian Pioneers here tonight.
So that could be opening up. That's why you play the games, and Yep, and so we'll go ahead and let's bring in those keys to the game here, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for Temple.
For Temple Christian, BJ McFerrin wants his team to play hard, compete for 50-50 balls, and try to win possessions.
And then we'll turn it over to Coach Kevin Lynch and Botkins.
Kevin Lynch's Botkins Trojans. He wants them to come out and play with emotion, overcome injuries and suspensions, communicate on defense, staying organized, and then finish any of the chances in front of the net.
All right, we'll briefly go over here the starting lineup here for Temple Christian. Starting in goal, number 30, the senior Dawson Clay. Number 1, a defender, junior Malachi Menke. Number 3, forward Alex Patrick. Number 4, a freshman defender, Zach Metz. Nolan Wright. Number 6, freshman forward, Kanan Schick. Number 7 and number 8, a senior forward, Carter Jones. Josiah Menke. Number 13, a defender, Isaiah Kaiser. 16, a midfielder, and we'll continue after the national anthem. All right, and then we'll finish that. Hewitt Wright, junior defender, number 19, and Russell Powell, number 22, a sophomore midfielder defender. Head coach for Temple Christian's B.J. McFerrin. He's assisted by Wes Mason. And then the starters. Just briefly go over the starters there. Goalkeeper number 18, Connor Butcher. Brylan Paul, number 14. Keegan Thorpe, number 11. Noah Butcher, number 16. Noah Greavy, number 3. Russell Leonard, number 17. Trent Paul, number 1. John Ratterman, number 10. Memphis Meyer, number 8. Eli Pitts, number 2. And Braden Walsh, number 15. The head coach of the Botkins Trojans is Kevin Lynch. So we are getting ready to set here the WOSL matchup here. A very young Temple Christian team against a very, very experienced Botkins team. Again, the highlights of the, got some highlights here of the pink, actually, and the theme with the cancer. And we are underway here is another fight cancer game here, and Temple trying to set something up here as the clock is rolling here on the First National Bank scoreboard, and easily handled there for Botkins, and they'll try to play it out of the back. Control going back to their goalkeeper. Off to the right, trying to find it. Really playing deep, and a lot of pressure there from Temple. Try to keep them pinned in as much as they can. Trying to find Paul, could not find him, and that will go over the byline, and then that will go to Temple. Thrown by Josiah Menke. And we'll go back over the touchline, back to Botkins. Temple will dispossess. Trying to find it. Find the forward.
Trojans in their unusual white tonight, not in their Temple black, as you were saying there, Mike. Breast cancer awareness night here.
It was very nice. Normally in OHSA soccer, the dark team is the home team, and very nice of Temple to be able to accommodate them by making the switch. So I'm sure some communication on that was done to accommodate them here on this special night. But yeah, normally in OHSA play, yes, normally the OHSA, the home team is in the dark. But here comes the Botkins coming back 4-on-3, trying to break down the dribble.
Ryland Paul.
Going through, find the left side, going to be on the left wing. And he finish? No. Stopped by Dawson Clay. Coming up big here in the save here. 38:02 remaining here in the first half. Still no score.
Good opportunity by the Trojans there. Ryland Paul found Keegan Thorpe.
Nice on the left side there, Keegan Thorpe.
Probably should have took the shot a little bit farther out instead of taking took about one or two dribbles too deep.
And I think he was trying to beat the goalkeeper one-on-one, and really wasn't necessary. Probably had a little bit more goal to shoot out if he would have taken that shot a little bit earlier. But back comes the Pioneers. Pioneers very, very young, starting a lot of freshmen and sophomores. A lot of growing pains here for Coach B.J. McFerrin and assistant Wes Mason. Stolen back here. Here comes Botkins. Go off to the right flank. Into the middle. Control, and then go through the center circle. A little bit of collision, but no foul. And back comes Temple. Off to the left. Very hard. I'll do the best I can with the numbers, but they're very, very dark for Temple. So I'll do the best I can when I get the chance to do so.
Temples are very dark, and the Trojans are a little hard to see in that pink out there in the sun, kind of blaring off.
And the lights have not come on here yet. It's not that they're necessarily necessary right this instant, but kind of hard to kind of tell here from this point from an identity standpoint. So we will do the best we can here from our location here, especially with the way the uniforms are set up tonight. Substitution there for Botkins, and that will go back, and we'll have to redo that over as we had a substitution going in for Botkins here early.
That's Keegan Thorpe coming out of the game.
Might have had some tightness or something. Try to fix that, and awful early, about 5 minutes in. Off to the left side, off the left wing, trying to break it down on the dribble. Contact, no foul. Go back and play it back into the defense.
Corey Koenig Jr. into the ball game now, number 5.
Playing it through, off to the left. Right down. Ball handling there by Botkins. Give it through over the top. Headed out by Temple. Can't keep it, and Botkins will regain possession. Right down on the dribble. Off to his left, going to find. Could not quite get it off, and taken dispossessed by Temple. Coming back Have some contact and a whistle and a foul. And it will be a foul against Botkins. Now we'll put Temple with a free kick. 34-47 here and rolling here first half. No score here. WOSL action here at OHSAA soccer on the boys side here. Botkins Community Park. Right next to the campus here at Botkins High School. Here at the soccer and track complex. Glad you're with us here. Michael Laws along with Jeremy Plyman. Glad to bring you action here on NK Telco Sports. Looks like we have another, looks like Temple will begin with their substitutions.
A couple quick ones here tonight.
Yeah, they're trying to keep everybody fresh here tonight. I think maybe a lot of, I think we'll probably see that a little bit more from the younger Temple team. Actually, not a lot of bench play, only about 4 or 5 substitutions available. And then you had mentioned I believe you had mentioned earlier, Botkins dealing with a suspension and an injury. Now playing it through the legs. Can he get it? No. Clay had to come with that nice dribble, bringing it through there, trying to go through the center was Paul.
Corey Caney get a nice little drop off to Paul. As you said, he was coming through there and he picked it up on the go. Just couldn't get it by the goalkeeper for Temple Christian.
I'm trying to win this back. Deflection off of Botkins, and that will belong to Temple on the throw. And a very young, starting 3 freshmen and a sophomore. Only 2 seniors as the goalkeeper Dawson Clay and defender Josiah Menke. And the forward Carter Jones are the only Carter Johns, I apologize, are the only 3 seniors in the Temple lineup starting. Dayton Shoup, midfielder, come off the bench, is the only other senior for Temple. That'll be controlled by Clay.
Memphis Meyer trying to put that ahead and see if he can find Trenton Paul or Ryland Paul down the middle there.
And a nice play there by over the top. Botkins still trying to find their trying to find some balance here. Kind of took some pressure early here from Temple, especially playing it out of the back. Been able to kind of penetrate a little bit, create a couple of opportunities from Paul. And now Temple back on there and attacking. Trying to find the cross. Goes across the middle. Deflected out and will be cleared out. And now coming on 1-on-2, but he's got some space and some room and some speed. And past the defender on the right side. Cuts to the left. Cuts it over. Could not find his foot. They will still keep control and try to cross it in and create an opportunity. Top of the area. Cuts left foot. Deflected. Nice penetration there by Botkins to try to get through, but the save from Dawson Clay. Still keep this scoreless.
Memphis Meyer made a nice cut down the middle. Like you said, dribbling through and just couldn't, looked like his foot caught a little bit of dirt on his left foot and he couldn't get anything on it to get by the goalie.
We did have a game earlier. We did have some, just a small amount of rain when that game started. And maybe it's still dealing with a little bit of moisture. It was pretty dry when we were on the field when we walked it before the game, but a little bit of rain might have still made it a little bit of slick and may still be dealing with that. There was a game here earlier. It was a 6-0 victory for the Botkins girls over Adelphos St. John's. So that was right before this contest. And now we go 30-30 unrolling here. First half, still no score between Temple Christian out of Lima and the Botkins Trojans. They're in the Western Ohio Soccer League. Paul trying to break it down on the dribble. He'll go into the left. Trying to break down on the dribble. Off to his right. Across the top of the area. Into the middle. Up 35 yards from goal. There's 2 defenders on him. Off to his left.
Noah Greavy's been playing real well with the ball right now here for the Trojans. Kind of getting them going into towards the goal a little bit more. Like you said, they were a little bit playing in the back there to start off the game.
And I'll go off, and that will create a throw in there for Botkins.
Trojans also starting 3 freshmen as well. Inbounding the ball, freshman Braden Welsh.
Trying to cut it across, and he finds it on his right foot. He'll cross, headed out by Temple, but he will keep control. Trying to break him down on here on the dribble. He will beat them both. Go through the area, cut across the area, try to find it. It looks like deflected out by a Temple player, and that will create a corner kick for Botkins.
John Riderman working real hard out there.
Yes, nice breaking down there on the dribble. Trying to cut that over. And that will create a corner kick. Trying to back up the Temple player. Must be back 10 yards on the free kick. Cutting across, Temple will create it and win it. Coming back now, Temple coming back. Botkins got the numbers back, and they'll come back 1-on-3, and they'll be good. And we'll take control of that without any issue. Botkins will take control.
Eli Pitts, another freshman for the Trojans, number 2.
You had mentioned three freshmen starting for the Trojans. Very heavy underclassmen. Trying to find the pass, but Temple will dispossess, but Botkins will try to keep it in, and they will do so. They'll go down the sideline. Trying to find it on his left foot. He'll stay on his right. Trying to cut back. We'll get the cross off. Going across the area. Can't seem to find but they'll try to cut across the top of the area. Close, right foot. And over the frame. Nice shot. Could not quite swing down. Could not quite keep it down.
Memphis Meyer, shot number 2 on the evening.
Keeping things interesting. Calling his name a couple times.
Memphis is a good, strong kid. They're a freshman in the middle of the field. They're kind of getting, as he's, I guess, a midfielder there a little bit.
Absolutely. We're going to get a next break, and we're actually we'll take a break here and bring it over for your senior interview that you have set up here for us here. And the ball will be over the end line, and then we'll be going from there. So we will bring in your special guest that you have set us up for us here, Jeremy.
We got senior Reagan McFerrin, defenseman here for the Trojans, coming in. How you doing this evening, Reagan?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice 6-0 win over Delphos St. John's there tonight. We called your name a couple times. Not a lot of action in the back row for you back there.
No, not really. Our midfield kept the ball up on offense and stuff, so it was pretty easy tonight.
Yeah, pretty nice night out. Gorgeous evening out here. You guys are involved with the breast cancer awareness here tonight. That proceeds of that go to
Amy Gruey. Yeah.
Amy Gruey, yeah. Amy's got some kids in school here. Got one in your class, I believe, or
yeah, yes, Aiden.
Aiden's in your class, so it's something that means a lot to you guys and stuff like that. How's the season going so far? You guys are now moves you to 4-1, I believe, in the WSL, correct?
Yes. Our total season, we're I think about 500%, but we have a lot of tough games this year to prepare us for tournaments. We're playing a lot of D1 schools, a lot of teams that are district ranked and state ranked. So we've had a tough schedule, but we've been playing pretty well.
So you're involved not only in soccer, but you do basketball as well and track, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about soccer. What's your most memorable moment of soccer?
My most memorable moment is probably last year when we played Findlay. When we came to the game, they hadn't let us team score on them yet. They were number 2 in the state, and we didn't think we had a chance, but we ended up tying them 4-4, and had a really fun time. It was a really good game.
Yeah, that was didn't Grace Wiseman score a goal late in the game there?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great moment. I remember listening to that. They broadcast that live, and that was a lot of fun to listen to. What brought you to your love for soccer?
I mean, I've always played since I was like 5, but it's just really a place to like de-stress, and like there's no really like drama, or it's just a fun.
Rylan Paul finds the back of the net for his first goal of the evening. That puts the Trojans up 1-0 with 24:32 on the clock as we're visiting with Reagan McFerrin, as we call her Reggie. Go ahead, but excuse me, you said you started when you were 5, and it's a de-stressor for you.
Yeah, pretty much like there's no stress, like school is just like a break from everything and just a place to have fun, be with your friends and stuff.
That's awesome. What's the hardest thing about soccer for you?
Hardest, I would probably say when either endurance, because there's a lot of running, or probably when the offense is really good on the other team and they're just constantly like passing and stuff, because it's hard to defend passing more than like long balls.
So especially for you, for being a defender, when those teams are passing it back and forth, that's way more difficult than when a team's coming right at you one-on-one.
Yeah, because it's hard to judge where they're going to go with the ball or like when they're going to send it. So it's a lot more cutting and running and stuff. So
college up ahead for you, I would assume, right? What's your college goals here, Reagan?
I plan to go to college for pharmacy, and I'm probably going to Findlay. So
that's exciting. I saw that the other day there. You were accepted into their field of pharmacy there, right?
Yes.
Major, that's exciting times. Why pharmacy?
I've always really wanted to go in the medical field because I've always really wanted to help people and stuff. So I feel like that's a way like I could help people and not be like in the surgeries as like a doctor or anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's 2 different levels there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know. So we sit here as Botkins up with a 1-0 lead here, 23-33 into the left in the first half. We're visiting with senior Reagan McFerrin. Reagan, what brought you to soccer? Because did your parents play it, or did you have cousins or anything?
I mean, I've had a couple cousins, but none super close. So I'm kind of like the first person to start playing soccer, and just.
And a goal by Temple Christian at the 23-10 mark. They get one by Connor Butcher in the back row. Hard to see these guys' numbers there. I did not get his number. We'll get that here before the end of the game. So you're just started playing it. You enjoy it a ton. Heading to Findlay, as you said. Tournament draw coming up, right?
Yes.
And you guys will go south, and Coach will have that all laid out for you. You guys are 4-1 in the WSL. Your only loss was to?
Anna. Yeah.
And Anna will probably end up being the champion here, correct?
They have a game against Spencerville next week, so however that plays out, we'll see.
And now your game, are you done with the WSL play?
Yes, that was our last.
That is your last one? Okay, excellent. Well, Reagan, we thank you for coming on with us tonight, and good luck the rest of the season. We enjoyed watching you play this evening. Now, you guys will have a ceremony kind of situation at halftime where you present the donation to the Gruey family?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We look forward to that. And thank you very much, Reagan.
Thank you for having me.
Reagan McFerrin, ladies and gentlemen, senior defenseman for the Botkins Trojans. Enjoyed having her on here tonight. We had Rylan Paul in the first game.
Actually, our goal scorer.
Yes.
Man of many talents. And he almost created a second here. And look, they're asking for a deflection, and they did get one. I'm going to take a guess. We were going to go with Carter Johns on the goal for Temple that we had earlier, as that one. I think that little bit of that slipperiness and goalkeeper committing early and just kind of bouncing off of them. Try to move back the Temple player. The marking on there is the 10 yards on a corner kick that's mandatory for all free kicks, and back comes the Trojans. Looks like Memphis Meyer, and that went over the line, and that will put us at a goal kick and give that back to Temple. 21-25 here, rolling here first half. We are tied at 1. As Rylan Paul with the goal, and then we're going to credit Carter Johns with the goal, as we were just having so much issue with the very, very dark numbers that we have here for Temple. So we were doing our best guess. If we need to correct that, we will do that. But we're just having so much problems with identity, especially here late at night, dark here with the light, and the numbers not showing up very, very well here for us. So playing that off to the left.
Corey Koenig for the Trojans.
Corey Koenig breaking it down and trying to go into the middle and off. They trying to break down the dribble. On to the left, finds Paul, trying to flip to the right side. Can't quite turn around off his right foot, and that will go wide and miss the goal. So we have 20-20 here remaining here, first half. First National Bank scoreboard tied at 1 here between Temple Christian and Botkins. Very happy here to be with you here. Michael Laws along with Jeremy Plyman. Glad to be with you here at Botkins Community Park, adjacent to Botkins High School here, the soccer and track facility. Brand spanking new facility here, not too long. Been here at least within the last 10 years, so.
I believe we were talking about that the other day. I do believe this is year number 9.
Yeah, I was close. I was darn
close.
I was darn close. So remember the games when they used to play up the upper.
Oh, up top.
Up top there, over by the baseball diamonds, where the program pretty much got its start. Just actually the boys program, and then pretty much when making the move down here is when the girls program started about 9 years ago. I believe you had a couple of girls on those earlier teams.
Yeah, they did play co-ed for a little while, and then they had plenty of numbers for it, and then the numbers grew, and they were able to add it as a girls sport also.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great growth of the girls sport, and a lot of things happening there. Trying to break down on the dribble. Can't do so. Back, and Botkins will keep control. Going through, we got getting some numbers, about 4 and 6, but they're still moving it and beating it through. Finds Paul, top of the area, can't get through. Trying to break it down on the dribble. A little contact from behind. We'll keep the ball and we'll keep the advantage.
Russell Lenhart on the other side there.
Bring that through, trying to find Memphis Meyer. Can quite get that through to him. Break through. Break down on the dribble. Looking for, plays out to Paul. Cutting across. Stays on his right foot. Trying to go back to him, but not quite get through, and Temple will try to come back. Again, numbers coming back. Botkins out 2 on 3. Will play it out. They thought they got the deflection off of Temple, but that didn't. Referee did not agree. And Temple will keep it on the throw in here. 17:54 here remaining. First half, we are tied at 1. Ryland Paul, 24:32 remaining here in the first, and right now we're going with Carter Johns on the Temple goal. We will try to get verification if we need to change that. But again, numbers very, very hard to read for Temple from where we are standing tonight, especially how dark, and especially with them going with the dark uniforms. So we will do the best we can with that if you are a Temple fan.
John Ratterman into the game, number 10, substituted back in for Corey Koenig over here on the left-hand side.
Accidental play off the back. Looks like Noah Butcher off his back. Temple was trying to keep it in, but could not do so. Like Malachi Menke was trying to have that there for, and a win for Botkins. They'll have numbers. Push to the left. Right across, off the right. Can he keep it in? Nope, lost it. That was a nice sequence there by Botkins there, Jeremy, trying to create that, and unfortunately could not pull the trigger.
Ryland Paul started the run out, and he found John Ratterman to his left, who tried to go cross right in front of the runner, right in front, and tried to find Keegan Thorpe, and just couldn't get the toe down to get it to go back towards the net.
Yeah, nice Nice sequence there, and been able to create some opportunities, but then unfortunately have not been able to pull the trigger. And right now, currently in a 1-1 tie here with Temple. And Turf Monster got him there a little bit with the, we had mentioned a little bit of slipperiness, especially we had some, as we mentioned, we had rain in an earlier game. The first 5-10 minutes of a game that we had earlier before this one might have caused that. Cross. Header out on the right foot.
That rain came at the right time. I think it's still pretty damp out here. I would imagine that grass is pretty wet and slippery.
Yes. Trying to cut across on his left foot. Can he get through? He's got to bring some through. Cuts across and scored!
Ryland Paul.
Ryland Paul with his second goal of the night. 15:28 remaining here in the first half. And that will put the Trojans ahead by a score of 2-1. Ryland Paul with his second goal of the night. Right place, right time. Great play across. Be able to create that and put that away for the Trojans.
Noah Greavy with the assist there. Had a little drop off to Ryland Paul. He looked like he wanted to take the shot right in front. Got the attention of the goalkeeper and gave it a little left foot kick right to Ryland Paul for an open goal.
And this is the third time Temple has done this kick, kind of like an onside kick type of play to basically pretty much give possession back to Botkins, and which is a little unusual, but
not sure that's what you want to do, is give the Trojans more opportunities right now.
I would not want the ball on their foot as little as possible, but maybe they know something I don't. So nonetheless, but right now Botkins owns the lead at 2-1. 14:50 remaining here, first half. Going across, looks like Meyer, I believe, keeps that in, and he does. Gets the tackle, and that he did a little bit late. Was trying to play the ball, but did get the foul, and will give up that and a free kick for Temple within their own area.
John Ratterman's been super aggressive over here on the left-hand side for the Trojans, number 10 there.
That was Ratterman on that particular foul. And numbers are a little bit hard to see on the Botkins side. It's a little bit easier on the Botkins side. It's very, very hard on the Temple side. We're doing the best we can, especially here on this beautiful, it's a beautiful night, but a little bit tough on the numbers here for these old people here to to pick out the numbers. And normally in normal high school play, the home team is usually in the dark, but due to the agreement here with the game to give them, we had some contact there, but no foul, and that will be easily handled there by Dawson Clay, the goalkeeper, number 30, the senior. Playing it out, and Botkins will try to play it back through. We'll give Botkins a throw about a little past midfield. Bringing in some contact there from Temple, but they'll keep the advantage and keep the ball. Paul on his foot. Go through right outside the area. Gets a little tug, but he gets through it, works it out, tried to get through. Did he have a deflection? He did, and we'll get a corner kick. Nice work on the dribble there by Ryland Paul. Actually with both goals here for Botkins this evening, as they hold the lead 2-1. Outswinger here for Botkins. Off the head and in! Right off the corner.
Ryland Paul again gives him a hat trick on the evening.
And now what do we got? Actually, they're going to bring that goal back. And I'm not and what I am saying is they are going to call that offside. So that goal will come off the board. And I'm not exactly sure what we're going to figure that out. But what we have, but they had a,
he just gave Ryland got a yellow card there also.
Well, he hasn't left the field yet, so I think it was just a talking to, because he would have had to leave the game.
Oh, yep.
He stayed in the game, so I think it was just a conversation. It may have looked like one. And now he wants an explanation from Kevin Lynch. Okay. So we have that on the corner. We're trying to say it was coming off the corner, and that's what the explanation is. Now a card to Coach Lynch. We have a stoppage. We should have had a stoppage of the clock, and the clock has not stopped. Clock is still running. And it was signaled to stop because the card was issued. The clock is still running. And he had X'd it out, but unfortunately it is still running. So now it is stopped. It is stopped at 11:41. This timeout brought to you by. Now we had offside position, but my question is that it came directly off a corner kick, and that's in the laws of the game. You cannot be offside directly from a corner kick. That's what I think the question is, and where this is all coming about, and what the conversation was about. So evidently he must have been off of the play. The only way I could say that is if it came off of the header, because the header is if he was interfering with the goalkeeper off of the header. So that must have been where we're at and where that conversation came back, because once he heads the ball, then it's no longer, then could be an offside play, and he must have interfered with the goalkeeper to be able to make that call. But by rule, you cannot be offside directly from a corner kick. You cannot be offside directly from a throw-in, and you cannot be offside from a goal kick. So there must have been something after the corner kick had taken place to make that, and now a caution issued to Coach Kevin Lynch.
So is there a chance that something happened after there was there's contact? Then can you be offsides after that?
You can be offside as soon as the ball was played off of the header. So that's where I'm coming up with, is that I think it must have been on the play off of the actual shot on goal. And now Logan Paul playing it over, trying to find Paul. He'll play it back, trying to get it there, trying to turn around. Has some congestion and came up with it with Clay, but they had two people ready to pounce and try to get that in there to make it 2-1. Trying to make it 3-1, but unfortunately we'll stay at 2-1.
You feel in the last 10 minutes here, Michael, that the Trojans are really putting a lot of pressure on Temple Christian here.
They're going to be wearing this. I don't see them being able to sustain this for a long time, as Botkins just keeps coming here.
And the Trojans keep moving their defensemen even farther up. You can tell they're almost getting antsy about the situation down here, as many shots on goal as they're getting.
Absolutely. Oh, cut it across. And a right foot to the right. Looks like we had a deflection off a defender, and it will be a corner. So that's my best guess on the call, on the offside call. That's what I'm going to go with. So it's my best explanation. So
and we're a long way from it. So yes. It's hard to tell where everybody's at angle-wise.
All I can tell you is you cannot be offside directly from the corner itself. That's where we're at. What it must have happened was there must have been some interfering with play with the goalkeeper to keep him from doing his job after the header had taken place. So that's what we're going to go with, and with that decision off the head. And can they get it down? Nope. And no deflection. That will be a goal kick. So we will go 8:30 remaining here in the first half. It is 2-1 in favor of Botkins here on the First National Bank scoreboard. Glad you're with us here. Michael Laws along with Jeremy Plyman. Glad to be with you here beautiful night here in Botkins, here at Botkins Community Park. And going back to some of those, shooting from outside and attacking, it was kind of some of the keys that we were talking about with Botkins being able, being a little bit more veteran. Now trying to break it down on the dribble. Creates across the Paul. Paul blocked. Could not get it through. Trying to clear it out. Temple off the head, a couple of heads. Well, from there, it'll be Meyer. I'm going to look to switch, and they'll keep control. Find it out. No, it's Caning, I believe, on the left. Bringing it down. Stay on his right foot. Cuts back. Well, he looked across. He'll cut it back. And they'll try to switch to the other side. Couldn't find the handle. And Temple went, you got some contact, and that's against Temple, or against Botkins, That'll be a Temple free kick. 7:13 to go here. First half remaining, 2-1 favor of the Botkins Trojans. 2 goals by Rylan Paul. Goal from Temple, we believe, belonged to Carter Johns. If that needs to change, we will do that. But Paul breaking down on the dribble off his left. He'll take the shot. He'll go near post. Nothing doing. And Dawson Clay will come up with a save there for Temple.
Dawson Clay's played a really good game. He's had numerous shots. He's got numerous saves, and he's been bombarded at times with people in front of him and a lot of traffic in front. He's held the Trojans to only two goals so far.
Yeah, it's give him a lot of credit to keep Temple in this game. They talked about Temple was trying to talk about containing some of the pressure that they're right now sustaining. Another trying to break him down on the dribble.
Keegan Thorpe.
Over, and did that bounce in? It did. Went over the goalkeeper's head. Thought it went over the net, and it actually bounced into the goal. And Keegan Thorpe with the shot and the goal.
I think Keegan Thorpe took the first one, and then Memphis Myers, the one who collected it off there.
All right. So we will go with Memphis Meyer on the goal. 6:04 remaining here in the second half.
So hard to tell. They're all Burnett and about 5'11", 6 foot out there, and it's hard to tell
Absolutely.
who we got. We can't really see the numbers and
the best we can, but
Temple Christian with the opening boot down the other way again.
Yeah, choosing to give the possession back to Botkins. So that will bring the score here to 3-1. Here, 5:44 to go here on the First National Bank scoreboard. 3-1 favor of Botkins. And Temple will try to create an opportunity, and Paul will dispossess and bring the ball back. Try to find an opening, and he does. And he break it down. Got some contact, but nothing doing. Trying to win that battle.
Trent Paul trying to find Rylan Paul, who we visited with in the first half during the girls' game. Had a real good interview with Rylan, and then had Reagan McFerrin on this evening here during the boys' game. Nice to have those kids on. Both of them did a real good job. Absolutely.
They're going to be good for college, and they'll have their nil deals, man, all done. I'm telling you what, they're handling themselves very, very well. The lady had talked about maybe going into Findlay, and very good soccer program there at Findlay.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Going into pharmacy, Rylan talked about becoming possibly an electrical engineer, following in that field. Undecided where he'd like to go.
Break down out, create another corner kick here for Botkins. Looks like we'll have an outswinger. Is that Paul going to be going to take that?
Looks like maybe Memphis Meyer.
Oh, Memphis Meyer will take this one. See if he'll be an outswinger or an inswinger. 2 guys on the ball here. And he'll just play it short. Back to Meyer. And we'll get the cross. Did that go out?
I believe so.
The ball went out, was already out. thought it had touched Dawson Clay, but it did not. Ball was already out, and that will bring a goal kick for Temple. 3:49 to go here and rolling here in the first half. 3-1 in favor of the Botkins Trojans off of 2 Ryland Paul goals, and we were going with Memphis Meyer on the 3rd goal for Botkins. Right now we're the Temple goal. We're at the moment giving credit to Carter Johns, but we may end up correcting that. We are having a very difficult time reading the Temple numbers, so we do apologize that we're not maybe giving as much credit to some of the players there, but it's just very hard to tell. Paul on the breakdown, going to go back 3. Got numbers now. Temple will get some back, but bring him back, and looks like caning. Right foot deflected. Can he get it? Trying to push it to the right, almost had it and could not get it going, and that will bring it wide for a goal kick for Temple. Almost a 4th goal there for Botkins.
John Ratterman centering it up, took the shot, deflected. Ryland Paul had a shot at it, had to fight through 2 Temple Christian defenders.
Been solid play from Ratterman here on this right side. Been able to penetrate quite a bit and create some opportunities, finding Paul and them a couple of opportunities. So he really was instrumental in helping set up that 1 goal. Paul again played back, gave it away, hit a ball, but he'll finish it anyway. Hit him right in the body, but went right back. And it looks like we have, or did they end up calling or did he call the handle? So the goal will, yeah, it should be a goal. I believe he allowed the goal, which was correct. He allowed a continuation, but what we have, and now this is what's going to be going on. He will actually just allowed play to continue, because I think he did have a handling infraction that he was initially going to call, but it went right to the Botkins player, and I think he played advantage and ended up getting the goal. So that will bring the score here to 4-1. 2:08 remaining here in the first half, with Botkins in the lead by a score of 4-1.
Ryland Paul joins Addison Blendauer from the girls game earlier with a hat trick this evening. Now Addison had a hat trick for the girls. Now Ryland Paul has one.
So 3 goals from Ryland Paul tonight. Another goal from Memphis Meyer. Now trying to find maybe one more goal here before half. Paul again breaking down on the dribble, find the right foot, he'll go across. Clay will handle that with no issue, and that was right into his gut. Normally I'd been looking at far post, but that one going near post and having no issue whatsoever.
Eli Pitts to Braden Welsh. We haven't called many names in the back row here for the Trojans tonight.
Yeah,
a lot of action on the other side of the field for them.
They've been pretty much collecting that initial play. They had some play in the back. They were playing the ball early, but pretty much just the play in the back, and then Botkins has been pretty much controlling it since. And did we have a ball was out of play? I think they were calling for a substitution, and that's why the whistle had gone. So we're under a minute left. We have 50 seconds left here in the First National Bank scoreboard. We're 4-1 in favor of Botkins here on the First National Bank scoreboard. See if Botkins might be able to find one here before half. That one will find the foot. Josiah Menke, but they'll give it up. Now back like Paul again. Breaking down on the dribble. A little bit of contact, but he'll keep control. 20 seconds to go. Cross in. Can he get one more? Get a header? He got it!
Got him! John Ratterman.
Ratterman gets rewarded for the work that he's put in. Great play from Paul to find Ratterman on the header. And he gets on there. That'll make it 5-1 in favor of the Trojans. 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. What a great cross by Paul, finding Ratterman right off the header, going near post to be able to find that and make the score 5-1.
good to see John Ratterman get his name in the scorebook because he's played really well tonight, Michael, like you said.
He's been driving that left side and been very, very busy driving that left wing here. Well, 15 seconds to go. And that will tick the clock down, start the clock. We're under 10 seconds here. Botkins will throw it in and probably run out the clock. 5 seconds to go. Play it back to their goalkeeper, and that will probably do it here for the first half. And we are through 40 minutes of soccer here at the Botkins Community Park, and it has been all Botkins Trojans here in the first half. It's the Botkins Trojans 5 and the Temple Christian Pioneers 1. We'll be back with first half stats and second half action when we return here on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Botkins Community Park here near the campus of Botkins High School. Here we got Western Ohio Soccer League action here, OHSAA style, and it has been all the Botkins Trojans here over the Temple Christian Pioneers by a score of 5-1 here in the first half. And we got a recap here, and we were kind of talking about it offline here, Jeremy. It's been pretty much all Botkins Trojans here this first half.
If there was a time of possession, it would be heavily in Botkins' favor. Temple Christian had one goal. That was by Carter Jones at the 23-33 mark. They had one shot on goal and took 2 shots. They had 8 saves by Dawson Clay in that half. For the Botkins Trojans, they're leading with 5 goals here. They had 18 shots, 13 were on goal. Connor Butcher, their goalie, had 2 saves, and the Trojans took 4 corner kicks. The goals were by Rylan Paul, who's already got a hat trick at the 24-32 mark, 15-28, and then the 2-12 mark. And Memphis Meyer got a goal at the 6:04 mark. And then right at the end of the half, John Ratterman, who had played really well all game, coming down the left side with 15 seconds left to go in the half, scored on his goal.
And just like in the women's game, 8 seconds left, and then you got 15 seconds left. A late goal kind of deflating what maybe little hope that Temple might have had here. But 2 goals away here from our potential mercy rule, which would have us in a running clock situation during normal stoppages. See if Temple can be able to hold off that. But right now, time of possession, as you had mentioned, if we really were keeping track of time of possession, it'd be very, very heavy for the Botkins Trojans. Looks like Dawson Clay is not going to be in goal here the second half for the Lima Temple Christian Pioneers, and it looks like it'll be Jason Card. Is it Carriage? Yes, looking
Jacob,
like it. Yeah.
Jacob Card.
Yeah, Jacob Carge looks like they'll give him, he's a freshman.
And Coach told us about that in his things, that he would give both of them time in goalie. You know, he's trying to work that young freshman up a little bit.
You definitely need to give them some time, and especially when you have a young team, you definitely, you know, you're going to have to take your lumps, and you're just going to have to go with that. And the big thing here with Temple is not for lack of talent, just maybe a little bit of youth and dealing with that and going from there. It looks like we have a grab there.
Corey Koenig into the game defensively for the Trojans.
So Koenig will take the grab him by the shoulders there and give up the free kick. 19 Wright Jr. trying to find it through. Can they find it? Temple can't find the handle. A lot of opportunity there and good possibility there.
Trojans were living dangerously, not clearing that thing out real far.
Absolutely.
And
round ball there. Trying to break it down on the dribble. Moving across, trying to cut across the byline. In between the rings, no. Defender coming up, he'll come up and play it.
Freshman Eli Pitts.
Pushing it through, but Temple will clear it out. They can't quite find the handle. Can Botkins keep it? Nope. Temple trying to find their forward, but push it through, but looks like Botkins will come back and collect and tidy up. And we'll put it out on a throw-in. That'll be on the far byline. And will be for Botkins. So we got some contact, and it'll be against Temple, foul against Temple. And we'll give Botkins a free kick, probably about 50 yards away.
Temple's first foul of the evening.
6 Botkins players, both Pauls, among others. Header, Temple will win the header, and we'll get it out. Trying to play it back. Botkins will come back and tidy up and collect. Bring it back to the defenders and try to regroup. Ratterman. Break down, it looks like Paul again. Coming across. Almost found him again. Trying to find the right foot. Got a second opportunity. And saved by Cargy.
I believe that's Russell Lenhart who's moved up there to the midfield.
Russell Lenhart getting involved here for Botkins. Temple will try to keep it in some decent possession here from Temple. Finding it here, trying to break it down on the left side. Trying to cut across the middle, about 30 yards from goal. A little bit of contact, we'll still play through it. Got more contact, that will create a free kick and a foul against Botkins, and Temple will get a free kick here in a pretty dangerous area. About 25 yards from goal.
Noah Greavy took that one for the Trojans.
Charged with his first foul of the night. And will take the ceremonial free kick, mark the 10 yards back. Probably one of the best threats here tonight for the Pioneers. 36-19 and rolling here second half. 5-1 in favor of Botkins. Free kick's taken and left, didn't have a touch, and it will go over the byline, over the baseline, and a goal kick. Probably one of the best threats of the night, besides obviously the goal for Temple.
Shot was taken by Carter Jones.
Nice, just a little bit wide, almost found the post there. Paul playing a little bit to the left. Breaking down. We'll find him. Hits the baseline, cuts back, finds it, and a goal!
Ryland Paul to Trenton Paul.
Ryland Paul driving the goal line, and we'll find Trenton Paul to be able to finish that, bring it to 6-1. That was a great play towards the goal line, being able to bring the defense over, trying to cut that back, find Trenton Paul, no problem, and get him on the score sheet and bring the score to 6-1.
Trent finally found the back of the net. He's had some opportunities there. That's his 5th shot and goal of the game. Finally got one to get through for him.
He's had a lot of opportunities. He's been actually distributing the ball quite a bit tonight as well. And like you had said, a couple of just opportunities hitting some defense and some players.
He bounced the one off the goalpost there earlier in the game.
That's exactly right. But now able to find the frame and the goal and bring the score here to 6-1. Playing it through, trying to break that down, going into the left corner. Trying to find a cross, he will. Right foot could not find the handle. Cuts back. Will find into the middle. Takes a left foot, a shot. Cargi had to come up big, knock that down. Great left foot shot there. Win it back. Cut that over. A lot of open space over here. A lot of Temple players and a lot of wide open grass over here for Botkins. Trenton Paul. A little bit of contact, but no foul. Trying to cut it in there. Going 3-on-2. Cutting it back. Trying to find Trenton Paul. But over steps. Steps again. Nope. Cannot find a handle. And Temple will concede and just give up the ball.
Russell Lenhart had a real good look at the goal right there on a great pass. Came from Ryland Paul on the left-hand side, and Trenton kind of kicked it on through to Russell Lenhart. Had a real good look at the goal, just couldn't get it past the goalie.
Yeah, Lenhart was wide open. Just was a nice through ball there, letting Trenton Paul let it through had a little bit of congestion, but I think he kind of dummy runned it and let Lenhart have the shot. And almost was able to make that 7-1. Cutting back, we're going to try to find it. Will he take the shot? No, he'll move it over into the middle. Some contact, no foul. Cut, deflection, and then Cargi will come up and collect it and tidy up. So 33 minutes even here, second half. We are still in stop clock at the moment. 6-1 in favor of Botkins. We're almost one more goal will force the soccer's version of the mercy rule, which is equal to the 30 points difference in basketball and football. Soccer, it is 6 goals. Got some contact, and looks like that was Lenhart on contact. I will create the foul there against Botkins and a free kick for Temple. Let's see if we'll get a number here for Temple.
Number 18. It's like Dawson Clay.
Dawson Clay out of the played goal in the first half. Butcher with the, looks like we have a Temple player down, and we will have a stop of the clock to get him looked at, and we will take a timeout. Timeout brought to you timeout sponsor brought to you by Precision Strip. So we will see if he needs to come off. He will. See, we'll get, if the trainer came on, he will have to leave, and he will.
Wilson Memorial Health trainer Jen Fry, our local trainer here at school.
Yep. Always good to have trainers there and great staffs all over the area here in Shelby County and all of our listening and viewing area here at NK Telco. A lot of great hospitals and facility's doing some great work.
Little nugget about Jen Fry here for you, Michael. 3 times within a year and a half, she made trips down to the state tournaments. She was also part-time at New Knoxville as theirs, so she was there for their volleyball and basketball runs, and with us during our with Botkins during their state championship runs. We like to tease her. She's in a lot of state championship photos in less than 2 years.
Well, that's fantastic. You get to learn, especially and some of these trainers are doing double duty at separate schools, so taking it from the right. They find an opening. Can he cut back? He got it, and the goal!
Ryland Paul.
Ryland Paul with his 4th of the night near post. And that will bring us into the mercy roll. And that will bring the score to 7-1, and the clock will run. 31:09 and running. We are now into that. Ryland Paul, goal number 4 of the night, I believe, for him.
I believe that was passed to him, assist from Braden Welsh there in the middle.
Well, that was a great through ball, great penetrating run going onto the right side. And finding that and giving Ryland Paul his 4th goal of the night.
Very unselfish from Braden Welsh, because I believe he almost had a shot at goal, and he passed it to Ryland Paul for even a better look at
Absolutely. One. No, that was, could have had a look there from about 25 yards out, and he found him on a tremendous, great diagonal run going away from goal. And that usually draws them away, and be able to tuck that in, and actually went near post, which is not normally where you beat a goalie, but great finish and be able to get that and bring this score here to 7-1.
And some of that on a near post like that, you have a young goalie for the Temple Christian there, didn't quite close off that gap right there near post, for them. And that's just experience, being in time. And that's why you're playing right now back there.
You're going to learn that and be able to cut those angles off. As you learn as a goalkeeper, you need to be able to cut down angles and deal with that. I deal with that in 2 different sports, actually. Not only coaching and officiating and stuff in soccer, but also doing that in ice hockey. Goalkeeper doing that and the same thing. Got to learn cut down angles.
Cut down angles.
So that was a foul against Temple on the shoulder charge, so that will give the ball back to Botkins on the free kick. Cut into the byline, cuts back, finds him. Trying to find top of the area. It's like Ratterman again. Find Paul. That's Paul again. This is the younger Trenton, I believe, and that's his 2nd goal of the night. Cut back, nice play, got that back from Ratterman. He was able to find Ratterman on that earlier free kick off the header, and Ratterman returns the favor and gets him back in, gets him his 2nd goal of the night and brings this score to 8-1. 28:50 here and rolling here. It is currently 8-1 in favor of the Botkins Trojans. I really don't. I just have not gotten this whole Temple just giving them the ball back. I just really have not quite understood that very much at all, to be brutally honest. I mean, if I want to do anything, if I'm going to try to keep possession of the ball, even if I'm keeping it away from goal. But I have not understood that quite at all tonight, and especially with the way the game has been going, as the way Botkins has been handling things.
And it's not like they're even trying to hit a run out or anything. They're just kicking it and just kind of
just giving them the ball back, and that's what it. And I can understand it. The first goal, now we do have some contact. That's in the shoulder, and then from the shoulder to sternum, and looks like Temple wanted to do a free kick, and it's his own. They gave that up, and they wanted the quick free kick, and they chose to do so. And that will give that up. Did not want to. So that will just go out and be gone, and that'll be a goal kick.
Looks like Ryland Paul may be done for the evening. John Ratterman comes in. Russell Lenhart over here on the right-hand side, number 17, was actively involved in that last play. Yeah, again, it's hard to see their numbers.
Absolutely. We're trying to give as much credit to them as we can when we get the moment. But unfortunately, with as great a cause as what they're doing here tonight, and a tremendous tremendous cause, and actually the donation that they gave at halftime ceremony giving to that worthy cause.
What an amount.
Yes.
$2,325.
That's fantastic. And that was raised in a very, very short amount of time. So great tribute here to the city of Botkins and in this area, in this school, to be able to come up with that for one of their own, one of the local child care providers here in Botkins, who's going through their fight here of breast cancer. And it's great to see such a company come together, such a city, excuse me, coming together to be able to do that.
It's a neat scene there at halftime as the boys and girls team were both out there in pink and white, and you know, Amy Gruey and her family out there with them also is very neat.
That's fantastic. Had a push foul here on Botkins, and that will set up a free kick here for Temple, about 50 yards away.
It's Trojans' 5th foul in the half here.
Yeah, getting a little, you may see that a little bit more aggressive, especially when, you know, you have a team in the league, and referees sometimes may get a little touchy there. But now we're got a 3-on-2 here for Botkins, breaking it down to the left. Can he get it? Off the deflect, was able to save it, but we'll create a corner kick here for Botkins. That was a great through ball there for Botkins. Off the left foot, saved by keeper Karji.
He's played pretty well back there. He's given up a couple goals on attack, but you know, the young freshman back there learning, that was a tough goal to stop right there, as John Ratterman had a full head of steam coming at him.
And Ratterman's been normally getting on that normal side. He'd been attacking here from the right side and then kind of got back more to his natural left here. Really worked that left side here in the first half very, very well, and a great attack there. Botkins will keep control.
Ratterman with the ball again, passing it off.
And back on that left side, had been working the right side here for a small amount of time, cutting across. Let the dummy run, he'll let Paul take it. And just a little bit wide, almost. Trenton Paul looking for his 3rd, trying to match Ryland Paul with 4. He's got 2 tonight. Does Trenton. Ryland with 4.
Memphis Meyer with 1, and John Ratterman with 1 also for the Trojans. Gives them their 8.
And that's their total there, and it's just been a tremendous effort from this Botkins team to be able to control here and show why they're dominating here in the WOSL.
Carter Johns has the lone goal for Temple Christian. Scored that at the 23-33 mark. That was early. That made it 1-1, I believe, didn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it was a 1-1 game at a time, and they had 2-1. Botkins had a goal called back on an offside after a corner. It was after a corner, but I think they had played it and called that the play was after the corner. And deflection, and Karji was able to get that and make the deflection and at least deflect that over the goal line, and we'll create a corner kick here for Botkins.
Yeah, Ryland Paul almost had 5 goals on the evening because he had that header in at that time.
Absolutely. That would have been his 5th goal if we were able to do that. I have 2 there, and they'll play it to Trenton Paul. Play it out. Looks like, is that Ratterman? I believe that's Ratterman.
Yep.
He'll play it across. Shot, right foot. Oh, just wide.
Noah Greavy.
Noah Greavy with I believe his first shot of the night. Trying to find that, and that went wide right. 22:46 remaining here. Second half here on the First National Bank scoreboard. I want to get a chance to get some more sponsors in here. I did not get a chance to do that. We'll do that here, and we'll get that here after this sequence. Back comes Botkins. Lose it, and Temple will control the midfield.
Ratterman with the ball out there.
Ratterman will control once again. Coming in, that'll go left of Karji. We'll go from there. We need to give a shout out to our additional sponsors. We got Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Shia Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Living, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Hitting, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Securicom, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Also contributing to bring you OHSAA soccer here on NK Telco Sports. Very excited to be able to bring that to you here tonight. And replays coming on. Make sure you check out Facebook, YouTube, nktelco.com/sports, and also the nkt.tv app for more information. And we'll get all these broadcasts here on NK Telco. Ratterman, tries across. And that was wide. It looked like, was that Paul again?
I think that's Noah Greavy.
Noah Greavy with his second opportunity, almost had a second opportunity there and did have that and ended up just putting that wide. Great cross there by Ratterman to try to find Greavy, and Greavy just could not, and ended up being left of the goal. Still keep this to 8-1.
Number 6, Norval Butcher into the game also for the Trojans.
First time he has checked into this role. We've had some defenders here for Botkins, but I really haven't called their name much. They've only really handled it off of the Temple kickoff, and that will be played wide.
Corey Koenig, Noah Butcher, and Eli Pitts in the back row then for the Trojans there.
Playing that wide, trying to keep control there.
Jack Steinke also into the game for the Trojans.
Josiah Menke was the one that will throw that in for Temple. We'll be able to keep control. Botkins will keep control of that, and then we'll give it up in the middle. Now Temple will turn and move forward, trying to find his opening. He does. He finds his forward. Cut across. Temple has a little bit of possession, but unfortunately we'll give it up. Going back, we'll find, looks like Ratterman, and they will call him on the foul. Looks like a shield, but it looked like the contact was a little excessive for the referee's liking. Contact. Back comes the back down. Now Ratterman will get it back, and he'll back heel it. And play catch. Out to the left. Like Greavy again. Cutting it back. Left. He's in front of the goal. Could not find the handle, and Temple had to clear it out. A little bit of trouble there for Temple. Now clear it out. Now bring up a throw in there for Botkins. 18:25 remaining and rolling.
Hard to tell the difference between Noah Greavy and Norval Butcher over there.
A little fur away here from my old eyes, unfortunately. So I think the ball was ruled out of play over the touch line. I'll give the throw in back to Botkins, and they'll throw it in, and they got it over the top of the area. Can he swing down and got a deflection off of a Temple defender, and that will go over the goal line, and that will be another corner for Botkins. Botkins going with that two-man corner, usually they want that quick. They'll play it quick, and they will do so again. That's been pretty much what they've been doing all night. Oh, that actually hit the post and stayed in.
Keegan Thorpe
with a nice opportunity, and off the left. Oh, and Karji able to come up with that. Nice left foot, nice cut back there. Unfortunately, but that will keep it here at 8-1. And 17 minutes and counting here. Counting down, we are in the soccer's version of the mercy rule, which is equivalent to the 30-point difference in football and basketball. Clock running. Soccer has that at 6 goals in the second half. We have reached that threshold. We are in the middle of that now. So any normal clock stoppages will not happen.
John Ratterman's still out there working hard late in the game.
Absolutely. All right. Has a goal. Attacking that left side. Had worked the right side a little bit. Now move back over to the left side. Bring it back. It looks like Butcher there in the back. And he will tidy up. 16:07 here to go. Second half. 8-1 in favor of the Botkins Trojans. 4 goals from Ryland Paul. We had some contact. No call. Temple player down. Will be up and recovering.
Memphis Meyer.
Memphis Meyer will go off the left foot. Saved by Karji. Memphis Meyer also with a goal tonight, trying to add to that total. Off the left foot, nice save there from Karji. Soon Botkins will go with the short corner again. We do have a substitution. We are allowed substitutions here on corner kicks. And Temple has made that substitution. And off we go. They will actually swing that in. That was actually one of the first plays of the ball there. Actually, with the exception of the disallowed goal. This will be the third. They're actually going to swing in again. That'll be the third time they've done that. That was an in-swinger. They'll lose possession. And Botkins will come back with it. Control.
Eli Pitts coming from the back, defender.
Nomers played it out. Pitts will return back to the back line. Cutting over. Trying to beat him one-on-one on the dribble. It's over. Looks like Greavy. Cut out. Temple will have it. Trying to find it. And deflect it out, and it'll hit a Temple player, and we'll go out of play. 14:07 here remaining. Second half, 8-1 in favor of the Botkins Trojans. They're currently in the mercy rule, and now Temple
dangerous play.
Give it away, and now Temple on a one-on-one. Can he cut it off? Was able to deflect the ball out, so that will at least create a corner. Great defensive play there from Botkins. To really prevent an issue.
Noah Butcher.
Noah Butcher coming up big on the defensive stop to at least deflect that ball out.
I believe that was Alex Patrick there for Temple Christian on the breakaway.
Yeah, and he's still struggling, is Patrick, off of that run. And now Temple with the rear corner tonight. But coming up big there is Butcher. Able to come down there and tidy that up. Botkins still attacking with numbers. Pretty even here, about 7-on-7 here.
Owen Motter now into the ball game for the Trojans.
Cutting it across, and can't get that on the breakdown. Can they create the turnover? They do. Trying to find that. I think that's Greavy. Find that on the outside of the net. Trying to find him.
Noah Greavy's found that outside of the net for about 3 times, I believe here.
The old onion bag's been bulging, but unfortunately been bulging from the outside and not on the inside, unfortunately for him. But definitely been trying to find him on that left side.
Freshman Josh Schmergy into the game now, number 12.
Solid left foot here from him. Just a matter of just trying to get that into the onto the goal frame. 11:59 and rolling here again. 8-1 in favor of the Botkins Trojans. 4 goals from Ryland Paul. 2 from Teagan Paul, I believe.
Trenton Paul.
Trenton Paul, I'm sorry, Trenton Paul. And then Memphis Meyer and John Ratterman are goal scorers here for Botkins, each with 1. Trenton Paul with 2. Ryland Paul with 4 of the 8 Botkins goals tonight. Deflected and shot. Right foot was deflected, and that'll be picked up by Kargi. There has been some positive here from Temple. I mean, they've had some possession when they've been able to keep it and be able to create. They've had a couple opportunities and pressed. They pressed really early and really kind of caused some problems for Botkins. And as you mentioned, it was a 1-1 game at one time. So, it was, a little bit in doubt for at least about 20 minutes or so. And then as soon as those goals, and I agreed about that. The goal with 15 seconds left, making it 4-1 was really quite deflating there for Temple. And I think that you can kind of see that the shoulders were going down, the heads were going down, and
well, they had an opportunity to get it out of there, and they just couldn't get it out. And then when John Ratterman come flying from the side, and it got kicked up into the air, and he headed it in. That's when things kind of, you could tell that was a little disappointing for the Temple Christian Pioneers.
Yeah, I think that was really kind of deflating. Now, Temple trying to create something here.
And Temple's been pretty good defensively. I mean, their goalies have played really well. They've got numerous saves on the evening. Young Jacob Kargi back here has played really well in the second half. He's given up a couple goals, but the Trojans have bombarded him with some shots too.
Oh yeah, it's been an offensive juggernaut here from Botkins. It's proven why they're good. Now they give away in the back line. Trying to clear it, deflected, but not all the way out. Temple trying to create something, and they do it. No, they will keep it. We'll give the ball up, and then Botkins will just clear it out and choose that to reset and regroup here. Back to Kargi here. We're 9:14 to go here, second half again. Botkins up 8-1. First National Bank scoreboard.
Owen Motter, nice through ball there to Norval Butcher.
They'll beat him one-on-one on the dribble. He'll stay on his feet, cut it back, trying to find the pass. Might have been better off with a shot there. We got contact and looks like a foul against Botkins. And we'll give the ball to Temple.
Trojans with many subs in here at the 8:30 mark, up 8-1.
Yeah, definitely want to get a chance here to get some playing time in here for some of this younger talent that they have. Definitely need as much depth as they can here moving forward, especially come tournament time here in about 3 weeks.
Number 17, Philip Bushart for the Temple Christian in. It's Alex Patrick with the ball, passed it over there.
Didn't really talk to them much.
The numbers are getting a little easier to see as it's gotten darker from Temple
it's gotten
Christian.
Brighter. Yeah, exactly. It's just very, very hard. And it's a very hard mix against those navy jerseys. I would have done white jerseys. It would have been appreciated, but I guess they didn't ask me for my uniform opinion. So it's all right. It looks like we'll be going over. It was off a Temple, and that will be a goal kick. NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity action here on NK Telco Cable and the NK TV app, 154. It'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Channel 503, October 12th at 8 p.m. and October 13th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand, YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. Make sure you support that. Whether you are a subscriber or not, you have the ability to buy those games. So go on to nktelco.com/sports. Check those out. Order your favorite school, team, and pick the games that you want. Have the ability to enjoy local high school sports and do the best that we bring here. Not only soccer here, but we bring you football, volleyball. We're going to bring you basketball, again, more volleyball, and then looking for baseball and softball here come this spring.
It's really nice now. You can purchase a whole season package for each school. So that's really, I mean, it's great for grandparents and stuff who can't make games, especially you get late in the year like this here where sometimes the weather, I mean, it's beautiful tonight, but you get some uglier nights where some of the grandparents don't want to make it out. They can still see the game.
That's fantastic. And you can get some of our snowbirds like my parents who go to Florida half the year. And they get a chance to engage in watching that. So it's maybe a good gift idea. So
Navro Singh into the game, number 20, and Christian Egbert here, number 18 in front of us. Number 19, excuse me.
Get a chance to get to see them play.
Both of them get right in the action.
Chance for them to touch the ball here. Cut across off the left. Can they have it? Trying to beat it on the dribble. He had his back to goal. Falls down, finds his balance. Still keep possession of the ball. That's just been fantastic from Botkins. Has been this ball possession. It's been absolutely immaculate tonight for the Trojans. They've always been known for that, known to possess the ball very, very well, and they've done so tonight. And you can definitely tell by how many shots that they've had, and obviously the dominance on the scoreboard.
Feels like they've had it for about 60 of the 75 minutes so far in the game, if not more.
Yeah, they had a little trouble finding it. It was kind of about even here about first 10, 15 minutes, I would say. You know, Temple especially pressing them, and especially they were really pressing them on the back line. They were really playing with the ball back in their defensive third quite a bit here about first 5, 10 minutes. And then Botkins has been able to find their groove and be able to have the ball handling that they've wanted. And been pretty dominant here tonight and been pretty much putting it here on cruise control here as we roll into under 4 minutes to go. 8-1 here in favor of Botkins, and they're looking for more. Put it through. Was looking for a pass. Thought he was going to have a shot, but Karji was able to handle that no issue. Thought about a shot and actually played that on the floor. Played that on the ground. Going from there. So Temple will look for control. They keep possession. They will not. Unfortunately, will play it out. So we got 3:20 to go here in the second half. Again, 8-1 in favor of Botkins. 4 goals from Ryland Paul, 2 from Trenton Paul, 1 from Memphis Meyer, and 1 from John Ratterman. That is our goal summary. Carter Johns was our lone Temple scorer.
Number 24, Aiden Murdoch-Top into the ball game.
A lot of common names on both of these as we did the girls game earlier. A lot of relations either via cousin or brother or sister or whatever. And it's been pretty common here with this Botkins program.
Lots of Butchers and lots of Pauls out here today.
Lots of Butchers, lots of Pauls. I've heard a couple of Tops as well. So a lot of family, keeping it here in the family here in the Botkins soccer family.
Yeah, at the moment, I believe we have 3 Butchers. 3 out of 11 kids out there are Butchers on the floor. So,
all right.
Or on the field, excuse me.
11 kids. Wow.
No, I mean, there's 11 players. They don't have 11 kids.
Oh,
Jeez.
God. Oh,
that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
That scared me there for a minute. I apologize. So
that would scare the world if there was 11 butcher families.
The three I have scare me. The three that I deal with on a regular basis. So, and when I thought of 11, I was like, that just gave me a little bit of a heart attack there. I apologize. So
I'm with you. I'm maxed at 3. That's
maxed at
plenty.
3. Yeah, that's
plenty good.
That's my limit here. Temple will try to create here, see if they can get a goal, get a shot. It was a little bit left of the goal. And that will be no issue for one of the butchers that we were talking about. And we have a minute 30 here to go, so this will wind it down. And looks like Botkins going to be going on here and dominating and keeping on the top of the table here at in the WOSL. No issue. Only 1 or 2 league games remaining. I didn't have a look at their league schedule and what they have left. Temple might get a goal. Hey, good shot. It'll look like Dawson Clay going from there. And we'll get the win here over Temple. They have a game with Riverdale here on Tuesday. And then we'll meet up with Calvary Christian and then Jackson Center. And we'll end the season with Newton. That will end their season. Conference games in that is Jackson Center. It will be a league game for them. It will be their remaining league contest that they have. Jackson Center has been a little bit on a tear as well, so that should be a good matchup for them getting ready for the tournament.
I believe when I looked earlier today, this will move the Trojans to 5-0 in the league. And I believe Jackson Center coming into today was maybe 3-0 or 4-0 as well. Have not played Botkins yet, so that next week may be for the league title.
And Jackson Center has been on it, so could be a nice little heavyweight fight there coming in. And that will bring us to the end here as the buzzer goes off, and that will end our contest. And the Botkins Trojans well in command and taking this by a score of 8-1. We were going to wrap it up. We are going to come back. We'll have final stats, and we have to have a player of the game. That will be brought to you by NK Telco. We'll have that for you when we come back here on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Welcome back to NK Toco Sports as we wrap up here from Botkins Community Park. The final score, the Botkins Trojans 8 and Temple Christian Pioneers 1 here in WOSL action. And we got a nice wrap up here, final stats, and we'll bring it over to Jeremy.
For the visiting Temple Christian Pioneers, they had 1 goal on the evening. They took 6 shots on. They had 6 shots, 3 on goal. They had 26 saves between the 2 goalies combined and 1 corner kick. For the victorious Botkins Trojans, they had 8 goals. They had took 35 shots. 24 of them were on goal. Connor Butcher had 7 saves on the evening, and they took 8 corner kicks.
Fantastic. We had 4 goals from Ryland Paul, 2 from Trenton Paul, 1 from John Ratterman, and 1 from Memphis Meyer. And that goes there, so that leaves us with our decision of the NK Toco player of the game, and I think that's pretty obvious. We go with that, our 4-goal scorer, Ryland Paul.
Yeah, Ryland Paul was really pressing the net hard there early in the game and late. Trenton Paul played really well also. He had a lot of goals. He had a couple goals in there, had a couple assists.
A couple of assists off of, especially the free kick off to Ratterman. So it was a tough decision to keep it within the Paul family, but we're going to go with Ryland Paul here tonight for our NK Toco Sports player of the game. So that will do it here for us from Botkins Community Park with the final score, the Botkins Trojans 8 and the Temple Christian Pioneers 1. This is NK Toco Sports.